Once again, the gods and the goddesses have given us another day to become better men, better women, better fathers, better mothers, better husbands, better wives. My positive thought for today: build on the strengths and eliminate the weaknesses. Wokenism is about strength building, and it's about eliminating the weakness within ourselves. When we look at the pantheons of the gods, especially the gods that stand out the most and the ones that people pretty much pull to. It doesn't matter if we look at the god Wotan, the god Thor, Balder, Tyr. We can also look at several of the female goddesses and see a interwoven connection to strength and weaknesses. And one of the things that we come to learn on this path is that the character of these gods and the characters of these goddesses, they're meant to teach us something. They're recorded in such a way that our ancestors were trying to show us the ways in which we can build our strength, and then in the ways that we can build our weaknesses. But one of the problems that I see that a lot of us face is that when we embrace this way of life and we embrace the gods, many cases we embraced the outlook of the gods more than we embraced the character of them. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's simple. Like the gods, we each have our strengths, and wokenism promotes the building upon these strengths. But you won't know your strength until you've put it to the test. You won't know your physical strength until you put your body through a physical test. Same thing with our weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with having a weakness. There's nothing wrong with looking at yourself and saying, okay, I'm weak mentally, or I'm weak physically. There's nothing wrong with that. Where the problem comes in at is when we look at these things and we create excuses for why we won't change them. We create excuses. We blame everybody else for our problems. We can blame our tribes, we can blame our kindreds, we can blame our families, we can even blame the government, the Jews, and anybody else that we can come up with that takes the focus off ourselves. But the reality is, no matter who you blame, the weakness is still there. The weakness is still lies with you. And only you can change that. Only you can create a stronger bond between you and your gods. It's up to you to stop blaming everybody else for your problems and start blaming yourself. Start looking to yourself and figuring out, what can I do to change this weakness? What can I do to eliminate this flaw within me? You know, I kind of equate this with working out. You can have a person that can't bench 225. He gets under it. He tries to push it. Can't get it off the bench. At that moment in time, he realizes his weakness. But he also has a point within his life where he now has to say, do I want to eliminate that weakness? Do I want to move forward? Do I want to push more weight? Same thing with the mental state. Once we identify the weakness, we have a decision to make. And that decision is, will we eliminate it? Or will we continue to come up with lame-ass excuses of why we can't do something? The time for excuses is over. The time for evolving has come. And it's up to us if we decide to do that or not. It's up to us if we decide to create a better future for ourselves, a better future for our children, and maybe a better future for our race. But no matter what decision we make, the decision lies within us. And if we choose to continue to come up with excuses, then how is it that we can continue to be upon the path of wokenism? Because wokenism is about evolving. It's about strengthening. There's no place in wokenism for weakness. Granted, and I know some brothers will say, oh, but brother, not everybody that comes into wokenism is strength. Not every brother that comes into wokenism has mental aptitude. That's true. And I totally agree with you on it. But the thing about it was, it took strength to become a wokenist. Because to become a wokenist is to go against everything society teaches. But yet, it takes even more strength to be able to look inside yourself and not worry about what everybody else is doing and say, you know what? I'm going to apply the teachings of wokenism. I'm going to become a better man. I'm going to become a better father. I'm going to become a better mother, a better wife. These are the things that create strength within us. And this is what wokenism sets out to do. It sets out to build upon the strength and to eliminate the weakness. So my positive thought for today is, stop coming up with the lame-ass excuses of why we can't do something and come up with the right direction and how we can change these weaknesses within ourselves and pinpoint those strengths and build upon them. Doesn't matter if it's physical or mental. What matters is what you do when you identify the strength and you identify the weakness. Get off of Facebook. Get out and do something. Put your mind to a test. Put your physical attributes to a test. With that said, hail all those who have risen to the occasion. Hold the heathen hammer high. And y'all have a nice day.